It's time for Paris Tiger Sports on the Paris Sports Network. Brought to you by First Farmers Bank and Trust, North American Lighting, Cornerstone Building Brands, Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home, Seed Solutions, Longview Bank and Trust, Moody Farms, Terry Elliston State Farm Insurance, Illini FS, Savoya's Pizza, the Edgar County Community Foundation, Country Financial, Lake Ridge Christian Church, Ingram Waste Disposal, the Skating Rink, and our affiliate sponsors, the Mary Lou Pine family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Mark and Holly at Winans Farms, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Steve and Lynn Young.
Good evening. This is the Paris Sports Network. I'm Cliff S. alongside Lenny Irwin this evening. We are in Newton, Illinois for the Tigers' first LIC matchup of the season. Girls coming into this one with a perfect 5-0 record, but on the list of probably every team's goals at the beginning of the season is a conference championship. So wipe the slate clean, 0-0, and this will be the first matchup of what could potentially be another championship season within the LIC, Lenny.
It definitely could be. I think the big stomach point's going to be the Robinson Maroons. That was kind of our nemesis last year. So, but you got to take them one game at a time. And tonight we've got Newton on the slate. So
Newton coming into this contest with a 3-2 record. It'll be their first LIC game as well. There are 2 or 3 games. We'll get to that later on within the conference that has started play this evening. But Newton at 3-2. Few players on this Eagle roster to keep an eye on if you're the Tiger defense. Ellie Bennett and Lily Kessler are seniors on this team. Cameron Martin, a junior. All 3 of those are listed as, 2 of those are listed as guards on the roster. And then Kessler listed at 6 foot. Kessler coming off of a first-team all-conference season a year ago. And that's her being listed at 6 foot, Lenny. Not a ton of size on our roster, so.
Well, that could be pivotal in tonight's contest. So, but the Lady Tigers coming off a tough-fought victory up at St. Joe. Well, I guess would have been, what is today's Thursday? Yeah, I lost track of days.
9 days ago.
Yeah, it's been a while ago. So, but it took us overtime into that game before we finally pulled it out with a 44-38 victory. So we've had a couple tough games, but that Terre Haute North game in the North American Lighting Tournament, where Terre Haute North just really took the air out of the basketball and slowed things way down. But the Tigers showed a lot of patience in that contest and persevered, won by 5. So hopefully tonight we'll come down here and take care of business.
In that St. Joe Ogden game, leading scorers were Kaylee Young and Gracie Watson. Each had 11 points. Gracie Watson was the leading scorer a year ago when the Tigers played against Newton. She had 19 points in that 51-25 win over Newton. Taylor Clark had 9 against St. Joe. Vivian Moore had 5. Kylie Edwards had 5. And Bella Moraski finished that game with 3 points, as you said, Lenny, in a win over St. Joe. Coming down here this evening, and Lenny and I were talking before the game about a Newton team that usually has high expectations, usually a few solid players that the Tigers will have to respect on defense. But most of the time, no matter what the defense they throw at Paris, which has typically been a zone in years past, Tigers had been able to figure it out quickly and run away from a Eagle team that has high hopes coming into the contest.
Well, that they do, and they've got 5 returning lettermen from last year's squad with Macy Bartholomew. They've got Ellie Bennett. They've got, like you said, you mentioned Lily Kessler. And then they got the 2 Martin girls, Harrison Martin and Cameron Martin. They all lettered last year, so they've got some experience coming back, where the Tigers, on the other hand, at one point in the NAL tournament up there, we had 5 freshmen on the floor playing at one time, so not so much experience on the Tiger part.
Speaking of the youth of the Tigers, if you caught any of that JV game, Tigers had it in hand for the first half. They were leading 11-5 at the break. Not a ton of points being scored, but seemed like your Tigers were in total control. But then after 3 quarters, it was 13-11. Newton up by 2. Tigers went on a 6-minute and 30-second scoring drought that lasted 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. And then after Alexis Lansall made 2 free throws and a floater in the lane to make it 17-15 Newton lead, Paris went on another long stretch of no points, 4 minutes and 20 seconds until J.C. Young hit one of her 2 free throws. That gave the Tigers 16, but that's all they would score. Newton had 23 at that point, and that was your final, 23-16 in that JV game.
So hopefully the Tigers can get the win here in this game, and we'll go home with a 500 record.
Last time Paris was in this gym, Madison Rigdon scored her 1,000th point of her career. Tigers were able to celebrate that here in Newton. Haven't talked a lot about giving you updates on Tigers that have moved on to the next level. We'll do that more as we move throughout this season and move through those players' collegiate careers. Madison Rigdon at Maryville University, Kate Littleton and Kendra Young both at Lakeland, and Trinity Tingley at Lincoln Land. So keep you updated on those players here as the season really picks up. As we mentioned, it's been 9 days since the girls have played, and from here on out, there's 2 or 3 games a week. So we are in the thick of it now on the court. Players will stand and line up for the anthem. We'll do the same. Get ready here in our booth from the Parasports Network. Now we'll get set for the starting lineups. We'll go ahead and run through Newton's starting lineup. Lenny mentioned those letter winners returning from a season ago for Newton, and those 5 players are going to be their starting 5. Macy Bartholomew, she is a senior. Ellie Bennett, senior guard. Lily Kessler, 6-foot senior forward. Garrison Martin and Cameron Martin are the other 2 guards in the starting 5. Both are juniors. Ellie Bennett, also a standout on the softball diamond. She was, I believe, an honorable mention last year for this Newton squad that was 2nd or 3rd in the LIC. Lily Kessler, all-conference for volleyball on a co-champion volleyball team earlier this fall. Cameron Martin also plays multiple sports. So if you get athletes on this Newton team, they're in the starting lineup. And here's your Tigers starting lineup.
All righty, thank you, Clay. Starting tonight will be a senior, number 1, Vivian Moore. A junior, number 11, Taylor Clark. A freshman, number 13, Kaylee Young. A sophomore, number 32, Bella Moreski. And a junior, number 33, Gracie Watson. That's been the starters for Coach Dave Tingley and his Lady Tigers all season so far. So if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Coach Tingley in his 10th season ahead of the Tigers with a 226-48 record. He'll be joining the sideline. Opposing him is Brad Harris in his 12th season with a 174-140 record for Newton. Told Lenny on the way down here that these two are the longest tenured head coaches in the conference. Coach Willis of Mount Carmel retiring after last season, so these two have been around the longest in LIC play and at their respective schools. They battle each other. Moore was up against Kessler at midcourt. Tip is won by Kessler and the Newton Eagles. We'll start left side, swing up top now, down low. Catching, no dribble needed. Off the glass for two is Carrison Martin. Newton has an early lead. Kaylee Young to set things up for the Tigers. Moore works over with her on the right wing. Moore catches to Moraski, had her pass deflected just as she got it out of her hands and a foul call.
I thought it looked like it was going to be a jump ball, but nope, they called that against Moraski. That'll be her first, team's first this quarter.
Newton across half court. Ellie Bennett with the dribble, deflected by Kaylee Young into the hands of Moraski. She's on the deck and will earn a jump ball. Tiger possession. This Newton team went 16-16 last season. Earned the 6th seed. And their subsectional is here's a turnover by the Tigers. No touch on Clark's pass that went into the back court. Newton ball. Bennett will run the show for the Eagles. Passes right side. Cameron Martin had it. Up top now, left wing. Here's a three on the way from Bennett. No good. Rebound is batted up in the air by Moore. Pulled down by Taylor Clark. Clark to Young. Young slows things down. Freshman has had great poise so far early on in this season. A lot of folks, including herself, expecting big things throughout her career in multiple sports. Watson gave it to Clark, the block. Out to Young, now Watson. Moore cut through. Had space, but wasn't looking, setting screens for her teammates. Now finds it in the corner. Down at an angle you probably can't see at home. We'll stand up to see it from our booth. Young. Skip pass to Watson. Back to Young. Tigers still feeling out this zone defense from Newton. Skip past Watson. Three on the way. That's one way to break it and goes in.
Yeah.
Gracie Watson.
That'll help for sure.
Newton back the other way. Now trailing by one. Pass to the free throw line. Kick out. Up top, Barthélemy. Right side, Martin with it. Eagles patient. Martin up top. Right side, Barthélemy into the corner. Bennett. Bounce pass and nearly ripped away by Moore. Jump ball call.
It's going to stay with Newton, though, on the alternating possession.
That was Kessler who had caught the pass. She now stands at the elbow, sets a screen across the lane, then cuts down low, guarded by Clark. Pass comes into Martin, who had nowhere to go against Moreski's defense. Shot up from distance, no good, and a foul called on Newton.
Foul's going to be on 15. That'll be Carissa Martin. That'll be her first, team's first this quarter.
Lenny, that possession there, we saw Moreski stand strong on her defensive effort. Looked very similar to the way we were used to seeing Deming Hawkins shut things off on drives into the lane. Great to see Moreski adopt that role on this team, and she's played well here through 5 games. Watson into the corner, Clark up top, Young catches a tough pass, dribbled once, had it blocked. Rebound goes out of bounds, it'll stay with the Tigers. Young will inbound from the far sideline, up top to Moore. Moore catches it on a bounce. Will set up the offense. Dribbles beyond the volleyball line. Pass deflected, but it finds Kaylee Young. Guarded by Martin. Into the corner, the pass to Moore. Moore looking cross court, gives to Young. Now Clark. Clark to Young. Into the corner. Moore, head fake, got to the short corner, dribbles back, now gives Clark. Here's Watson. Newton extends the defense on Watson, who knocked down her first shot of the day. Young's short corner jumper is no good. Rebounded and cleared by Newton. Eagles into the corner. Pass down low. Watson all over Kessler. Nothing called. Good defense there by Gracie. Ball is picked up by Young. Given to Moreski. Watson now back to Young. Coach Tingley with the play call in from the sideline. Young tried to get it to Clark, had it deflected, nearly stolen. Tigers retain possession. 3 on the way. Young, far side, rattles around, no good. Rebound pulled down by Bennett of Newton. Forces a pass to the opposite side of the block. It's caught, had a clean look at it. Was Martin, but she missed it. Now a foul called again on Newton.
Yeah, on the rebound, I think it was 15 maybe over the back. Nope, they're going to call that one on, well, I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I thought it was 15, but that'll be Carissa Martin. That'll be her second this quarter.
So Newton will make a sub. Martin leaves. Ava Ernest replaces her. Kylie Edwards into the game for the Tigers. Watson far side, into the corner, Clark. Here's Watson, a 3, right wing, no good. Back of the rim, rebounded by Young. Had to tip it to herself, pulled it down, Clark has it. Watson, back to Clark. All 5 Tigers on that half of the court. Moreski kick out Watson, this side, Edwards. Kylie looks, finds Young in the lane. Bounce past Clark, out to Watson, back to Clark.
Tigers look a little hesitant to shoot the ball tonight.
Passes might not be crisp enough to give shooters time to get it away before Newton closes out. Eagles moving well. A little more urgency from the passing attack of the Tigers. We're going to get teammates open. Watson right wing. Here's Clark in the corner. Closing out is Martin. Pass to Young. Shot in the lane. No good. Rebounded by Newton. That's Nadler into the game. She's actually the one who replaced Martin. Pulled down the rebound. Martin dribbles up top. Eagles will be perfectly fine going into the break, just down by 1 between these first 2 quarters. Barthélemy dribbles beyond the volleyball line. Watson plays off of her. Pass goes right side. Cameron Martin threw it away. Turnover Newton. Under 2 minutes to play first quarter. Tigers lead by 1. Gracie Watson has all 3 points. That came on 1 shot. Edwards to Watson. Bounce pass into the corner. Moreski back to Watson. Gracie to the corner. She'll replace Bella. Up top, Edwards. Gets it back to Watson, who bobbled it, had to save it, threw back into Edwards, now Young far side. Moreski flashes elbow. Kick out Clark, Young. Young to the free throw line, now corner. Edwards, bounce pass, Moreski handles, kick out Clark. 3 on the way, right wing. Good for Taylor Clark. 1:11 to play. 6-2. Tigers on 2 3-pointers. Right wing is Martin. Now to the free throw line. Kick out up top. Here is Martin again. She'll drive in, force a shot up, no good, but an offensive rebound. Kessler had her shot blocked by Moreski. Rebounded by Watson. She'll slow things down. 50 seconds to play, first quarter. Watson gives to Young. She'll hold. No count. Now we go. Dribbling to her left was Young. Gave it to Edwards. 36 seconds left. Young, Edwards, Watson play catch. Beyond the volleyball line. Watson dribbles. Breaks the count. It's back on. Bartholomew playing defense. Watson to Edwards. Moraski, Clark in the corners. Edwards to the midcourt logo. Dribble right side. Watson, 12 seconds in the corner. Edwards gives to Clark. Has a short jumper that is no good. Rebounded by Newton. 6 seconds left and a foul call.
Foul's going to be on 32. That's going to be Moreski. That's going to be her second, team second.
Vivian Moore back in. 5 seconds left. Newton breaks the pressure, gets to the wing, and will not get a clean shot away. No foul called. We'll head to the second quarter. Tigers lead 6-2 over Newton in Newton on the Parasports Network.
Farm Credit Illinois is a proud supporter of the Paris Tigers athletes and the surrounding farm families. Farm Credit blocks appraisal costs and lender fees and defends our borrowing members with free repricings as the market allows. Farm Credit helps farmers score with annual cash patronage. Team up with a cooperative helping farm families succeed and let us help lead your agricultural business to victory. Best of luck, Tigers, this sporting season.
Stewart & Carroll Funeral Home is dedicated to providing compassionate and individual attention to every family they serve, sincerely caring for your family's needs. Stewart & Carroll Funeral Home proudly supports Paris Tiger Athletics. For nearly 100 years, farmers have counted on FS to provide agriculture-related products and services. Call 465-1560 for fuels, lubricants, or propane for home and farm use.
Paris ball out of the break. Tigers lead by 4. It's 6-2. Just 2 makes from the Tigers in that first quarter, but enough to give them the advantage as Newton's offense didn't produce much at all in the clean looks column. Turnover right away by the Tigers and then a foul call.
Foul's going to be on number 11, Taylor Clark. That'll be her first. And it'll be the team's first this quarter. I think I finally got these foul things figured out.
Well, it didn't even take you a month, did it?
No. It's totally different, though, than what we're used to. But
fouls reset every quarter. Newton into the corner, shot up no good. Rebound pulled down by Newton's Martin over Kaylee Young. Young goes for the steal, didn't get it. Newton will work through their offense. Far side left wing. Up top, Harrison Martin back into the game with her 2 fouls. Cameron Martin passed right side. Harrison Martin back with it. Her and Macy Bartholomew play catch. Now pass into Kessler, poked loose, got a back shot up that will roll off the side of the rim, no good, but a foul was called.
foul's going to be on 33, Gracie Watson. That'll be Gracie's first, team's second this quarter.
Free throw from Kessler, no good. Morgan Combs will check in for the Tigers, replacing Taylor Clark. Second free throw from Kessler is good. 6-3 Tiger lead. Young passes near side Edwards. Combs works in the lane. Pass to Watson. 2-point jumper from the corner is good. Watson has 5. Tigers have 8. Newton across half court. Pass left side deflected, but Bartholomew is there. Gives it back. Now a running jumper is no good from Martin. Rebounded by the Tigers. Young back the other way. Going to get up against Bartholomew, and she is fouled.
That'll be Macy's first, and it'll be the team's first this quarter. Send Young to the line to shoot a pair.
First, no good from Young. Bennett back in for Newton. Second, no good as well. Rebound goes out of bounds, off for the Tigers. Newton right where they want to be. I'd say they're not going to get any more than out of the 20s on offense against this Tiger defense. So keeping Paris at this low of a score is about their only chance to stay competitive. And 2 points come from in the lane. They're back within 3. That 2 points from Cameron Martin. Young in the corner. Gives to Moore, back to Young. Short corner, Combs, kick out Moore. Top of the key, she'll dribble right. Bounce pass to Combs. Fighting through 2 Eagles. She
And
catches
she got
and finished it.
Good job, Morgan Combs. The foul was on number 2, Bartholomew. That'll be her second. Team's second this quarter.
Free throw no good from Combs. Rebounded by Newton. And a jump ball called. It will go to Newton. Full court pressure from the Tigers. Newton works back and forth. Nearly threw it away, and they're going to have to spend a timeout
Yeah, they
and talk
will.
about it.
Yep. That press totally confused Newton.
First timeout of the evening. We'll go ahead and take a break with them. 5:29 left, second quarter. Tigers lead 10-5.
Located at the Paris Airport, Seat Solutions wants to wish the best to all Paris Tiger teams this season. Contact Chip or Bethany Keys at 251-0153. Cornerstone Building Brands is the largest manufacturer of exterior building products in North America, servicing commercial, residential, and repair and remodel markets. They're the #1 manufacturer of vinyl siding, windows, and metal accessories, as well as North America's top choice in metal roofing and wall systems. With an expansive product offering and more than 100 locations, they're committed to providing high-quality exterior building solutions that their customers and communities can count on. That's Cornerstone Building Brands in Paris.
Both teams out of the timeout, back onto the court. Newton will inbound from in front of their own bench. Full court pressure caused the timeout, and the Tigers come out and settle into their half-court defense. It's a bit of gamesmanship, ain't it? Because you know Newton probably just spent their timeout talking about how to break the press. And then a turnover as that was Martin stepping on the inline. Young across half court, gives to Moore in the corner. Has Watson short corner, gave it to Young, who finds Watson. Moore had it for just a split second, gave it to Young. Now
Whoa,
has to
man,
sky, unable to catch it. Turnover as Combs threw it over her head.
She knew it too. As soon as she threw it, she just a little bit too high for Vivian to bring down.
Vivian Moore is excellent track star for Paris High School, but a bit too high for the hops there. Newton worked it back and forth, now found Kessler down low, and a jump ball
ball's
called.
called, so that'll go to Paris. That'll be a turnover Newton.
Four and a half to play, second quarter. Young into the corner, Moore, Watson, short corner. Watson looks, steps back with a dribble, shot up no good. Like the thought there from Gracie Watson, just unable to connect. Rebounded by Kessler of Newton. Here come the Eagles. 2-point jumper on the way, no good. Rebounded by Gracie Watson. Watson to Young. Young turns and looks quickly. Gets to the short corner, gave it to Edwards. Up top, Watson. Moore cut through. Here's Young to Watson. One dribble, she's fouled.
Foul's going to be on Kessler. That'll be her first. And it'll be the team's third this quarter.
Free throw good from Gracie Watson. She has 6 and another free throw on the way. Missed the second one, knew it, so she took off a bit too early.
Too early, crossed the line, yep.
Taylor Clark back in for Paris. Newton into the corner, back out Martin. Left side, Bartholomew nearly lost it out of bounds. Saved it, now has it back. Kessler posts up down low on Combs. Combs not moving. Watson stripped it loose from Kessler, and it goes out of bounds.
Almost
Gracie
had
nearly
the
a steal.
Yeah, she almost had it.
Great defensive tag team on Kessler by Combs and Watson. Combs obviously stronger than Kessler there on that possession. Nice to see Morgan use that strength to her advantage, but Kessler gets the offensive rebound, put back for 2. It's 11-7. Back the other way come the Tigers, then a turnover. Edwards threw it into the hands of Cameron Martin. Layup good, it's 11-9. Approaching 3 minutes to play before halftime. Watson, 3 in the corner, it's good. Gracie Watson answers. Kessler spins around in the lane, had nowhere to go, just tried to force it up through the hands and arms of Morgan Combs. No good, rebounded by the Tigers. Young out top. Into the corner, Edwards. Gives to Clark. Opposite side, Watson. Another 3 on the way. Good. Gracie Watson feeling it.
We'll take it, too.
17-9. 3 on the way, Newton. No good. Rebounded by Watson. 33 in black. Filling the stat sheet. Last few possessions. Young dribbles across half court. Edwards, Watson, 3, right wing, no good. Just a bit too long, rebounded by Newton. Here come the Eagles, back the other ways, Martin. Shoots over Watson, rolls around, no good. Rebound goes to Kessler, she missed the putback. Watson saves it from going out of bounds, and a timeout will be called by the Tigers. 1:49 to play before halftime. Paris leads 17-9 over Newton on the Paris Sports Network.
We are many, we are one. You have so much to give, continuing what we've begun, helping our families to truly live. I will, you will, together we will show some heart, do our part, take a compassionate stand for good, forever, for Edgar County, ECCF.
Edgar County Community Foundation.
17-9, Tigers lead. Lenny mentioned last year Gracie Watson had 19 against Newton. She's already got 12. Must be something about seeing the blue and orange of the Eagles for Gracie Watson.
Maybe, I don't know, but it seemed like the first quarter everybody was hesitant to shoot, but this quarter they've kind of loosened up a little bit.
Young dribbles across half court, gave it to Edwards, now has it back. Minute 30 left. Edwards on the right wing, into the corner, Watson. Young with it, keeping an eye on Newton's defense to see if they maybe move to a box and one, try to shut Gracie Watson down, or if they're going to keep giving her clean looks. Combs is unable to catch the tough pass from Edwards. Watson hits the deck to keep it alive, but then Newton has it now. Then Young ripped it away, gave it to Edwards. Out top Moore, and a travel call.
I'm not sure about that call, but
Minutes of play. Tigers lead by 8. Newton around the perimeter. Lob pass finds Kessler, who catches on the baseline. And a foul's called on Paris. That was maybe a second away from being an alley-oop, Lenny, if they waited just a bit longer. Kessler caught, came down, and went up with it, drew the foul, and now has 2 free throws. First is good. Kessler has 4. Her and Cameron Martin have 8 of Newton's 10. Second, no good. Rebounded by Combs. Kaylee Young will walk it up for the Tigers. Dribbles right, gives to Edwards. Kylie looking, double team, finds Young in the corner. Kaylee turns, looks, finds Combs. She puts a jumper up. It's good. How about that awareness from Morgan Combs? She didn't need any extra seconds to figure out where she was at on the court. Turned, put the shot up, made it. Back on the other end, a air ball thrown up by Newton, rebounded by Kaylee Young. 12 seconds. Young across half court. Spins, separates, finds Combe, catches through traffic, gave it to Moore into the corner. Clark, 3 seconds left. Clark fires one up, no good. Rebounded by Bartholomew and Newton. Time will expire. We'll head to halftime. Tigers lead Newton 19-10 here in Newton on the Paris Sports Network, and we'll be back with first half stats.
Moody Farms of Paris is a proud supporter of Paris Tiger student athletes. Whether they're on the court, in the field, or in the classroom, Moody Farms wants to wish all of our Tigers the best of luck this year.
Terry Elliston has been your good neighbor State Farm agent since 1981. They focus on auto, home, life, farm, and business insurance, along with financial products throughout Paris and the surrounding areas. Their mission is to put the interest of others ahead of their own. They're committed to doing whatever is needed to meet their customers' needs and to truly be a good neighbor by serving the community in which they work and live. Call State Farm for a free auto insurance quote at 465-8548.
If you're looking for agricultural, business, or personal loans, Longview Bank and Trust has you covered. They can even help you with investment options and online banking. With locations in Paris, Crispin, Georgetown, and Marshall, they're always ready with the services you need. Look them up online at longviewbt.com.
Make plans to attend Lake Ridge Christian Church this Sunday, either for their traditional service at 8 a.m. or their contemporary service at 10:30 a.m. There's something for everyone at Lake Ridge, from infants to the more seasoned generation. Visit their website at lakeridgechurch.org or find them on Facebook to watch their service each Sunday morning at 10:30. Stewart & Carroll Funeral Home is dedicated to providing compassionate and individual attention to every family they serve, sincerely caring for your family's needs. Stewart & Carroll Funeral Home proudly supports Paris Tiger Athletics. Country Financial representatives Mark Gladding, Jim Blue, Katie Schopfmeyer, and Dan Phipps proudly support our student athletes. Give them a call at 465-8320 or stop by their office at 802 North Main Street in Paris. For nearly 100 years, farmers have counted on FS to provide agriculture-related products and services. Call 465-1560 for fuels, lubricants, or propane for home and farm use. Ingram's Waste Disposal offers residential and commercial trash pickup, commercial compactor service, roll-off service, and mini roll-off services. Call Scott, Kathy, Mary Jo, or Bethany at 465-3335. Ingram Waste Disposal, proudly serving Edgar and Clark counties since 1950.
The skating rink at Twin Lakes, formerly known as Twin Lakes Roller Rink, has been a popular establishment in Paris for over 60 years. New owners CJ and Mary Jo Becker are bringing new life to the skating rink with arcade games, a snack bar, TV hangout area for teens, and lots of roller skating. Stop by 1250 North Main Street in Paris on Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 10, with a fifth quarter on Friday nights until midnight, and on Sundays from 2 to 4. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming events. At First Farmers, we are committed to the communities we serve. For us, joining a community means more than just opening shop. We want to see businesses thrive, generational farms succeed, and local families continue to put down roots and grow. Whether you're looking for a farm loan, managing a business, building a nest egg for a new home, or searching for the personal financial tools that will set you up for financial success, we've got you covered. At First Farmers Bank and Trust in Paris. Make plans to attend Lake Ridge Christian Church this Sunday, either for their traditional service at 8 a.m. or their contemporary service at 10:30 a.m. There's something for everyone at Lake Ridge, from infants to the more seasoned generation. Visit their website at lakeridgechurch.org or find them on Facebook to watch their service each Sunday morning at 10:30. Located at the Paris Airport, Seed Solutions wants to wish the best to all Paris Tiger teams this season. Contact Chip or Bethany Keys at 251-0153. Family owned in Paris for 38 years, Savoya's Pizza is the place for real Italian food. Be sure to try their famous pizza nuggets and follow them on Facebook for their latest specials. Stop by 327 North Main Street for carryout or call 217-463-2500 for delivery. The Paris Sports Network would like to give a big thank you to our affiliate sponsors for their support of Paris Tiger Athletics: the Mary Lupine family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Mark and Holly at Winans Farms, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Steve and Lynn Young.
We're at halftime. Newton High School Tigers lead 19-10. A little over 4 minutes before these teams will get started in the second half. Till then, I'll turn it over to my partner, Lenny Irwin, with some first half stats.
Alrighty, Clay, thank you. For the Newton Eagles, they were 2 out of 4 from the charity stripe for 50%. They were 4 out of 14 from the two-point range for 28%, and they've yet to connect on a three-pointer as they are 0 for 5 from three-point land. They've committed 5 turnovers in the first half, and they're led in scoring by Lily Kessler and Cameron Martin with 4 apiece. and Carson Martin has 2. That totals their 10. For the Tigers, we were 1 out of 5 from the charity stripe for 20%. We're 3 out of 9 from two-point land for 33%, and 4 out of 8 for 50% from three-point range. We committed 6 turnovers in that first half, and as you pointed out, Gracie Watson leading the way with 12. Then it drops down to 4 points for Morgan Combs, who came in off the bench in that second quarter. And Taylor Clark has a three-pointer for 3. That totals our 19. So pretty solid first half. It's kind of slow and sluggish to start the first quarter, but then they kind of loosened up a little bit, and the Tigers started shooting the ball a little bit more that second quarter and go into halftime with a 19-10 lead. So
are trying to get the scoreboard back up. I'm running for you all. Notice that it looks like it froze there in that second quarter, so get that back up and going for you. Also want to run through scores or games at least from around the conference and fill you in with who's been winning and losing. The 7 other teams in the LIC. Paris is currently the only unbeaten team in the LIC at 5-0. Robinson is currently 6-1. They won 2 games in their own tournament over the holiday. They are playing in Olney tonight for their first LIC game of the season. Olney is 4-2. Their last game was a loss in the Pana tournament to Gillespie. 53-37 was the final score of that one. Casey is also 4-2. Casey hasn't been the strongest team in the LIC last few years, so I didn't look to see who those 4 wins came against, but maybe Casey started to figure a few things out. That last game that they played was a loss to Cumberland 41-29. They play tonight as well against the Fighting Grace Nelsons of Altamont. Nelson back after tearing a couple ligaments in her knee last season. The Illinois State product that will be on the Tiger schedule at the very end of the season. That'll be one to star and make sure you get to, as Nelson can fill it up with 30 or 40 points on any given night. This Newton team defeated Altamont earlier in the season, 55-43. But Altamont will start putting things together, and we'll see how they turn up whenever Paris plays them in the final game. Mount Carmel, they're 3-2, just like Newton. Their last game was a win over Flora. Final score 61-28. As mentioned, that's with a new coach leading, as Coach Willis retired at the end of the last year. They are playing tonight in Marshall. Marshall is 0-6. Their last game was a loss to Tri-County earlier this week, 50-37, the final there. Only team we haven't mentioned yet, Lawrenceville. They are currently 2-4. They lost 2 games in the Fairfield Holiday Tournament. They play tonight against Red Hill.
Okay, both teams out of the locker room, and it'll be Newton ball to start this third quarter.
Scoreboard back up and going for you as the starters are back onto the court for both teams. Pass up top. Moore went for the steal. Had to catch back up to her opponent. Shot was no good. Offensive rebound. Put back won't go. Rebounded by Clark. Clark gave it to Young. Young up top. Gives to Moore. Moore back to Young. Dribbles to the top of the key. Gets to the elbow. Kick out Watson. Open 3 in the corner is no good. Rebound pulled down by Moreski. Kick out Young. Second chance for the Tigers. Earned by Bella Moreski. Into the corner, Moore. Moreski posted up on Kessler. Young has it left wing. Dribbles to her right. Watson goes from corner to corner. Moore flashes in front of Young. Catches the pass. In the right-hand corner. Moore to Clark. Jumping from the elbow is good. 21-10. Newton's second offensive possession of the half. Bartholomew near side, her pass off of the hand of a teammate and Martin, stolen by the Tigers. Kaylee Young with it. Young across half court, looks right, has Watson in the corner, finds her. Short corner Moreski, up top Moore. Here's Young. Watson. Short corner Moreski, her pass intended for Watson, trying to go over the head of Martin, was deflected by Martin. Goes out of bounds, it'll stay with the Tigers. Watson inbounds up top to Young. Kaylee's bounce pass to Clark into the corner, Watson. Young to Moore. Moore, a three in the left wing, no good. Rebounded by Kessler. Kessler gives to Cameron Martin. Bartholomew left wing. She'll dribble to the top of the key. Gave it to Bennett. Back to Cameron Martin. Up top, Karras and Martin. Back to Bennett.
Oh,
Bennett's
Watson went for the
pass.
steal, almost had it.
Nearly stolen. Newton still through their offense down low, and Kessler finishes off the glass. 21-12. Tigers living right outside of striking distance. Up by 9. Here's Moreski in the corner. Watson right wing. Up top Young. Left side Moore. Looking at Clark down low. Clark now short corner. Moore has it in the corner. Gave it to Taylor. Here's Young. Catching at the elbow. Dribbling out to the right wing. Nearly 3 minutes gone by, third quarter. Pass from Clark,
turnover.
stolen away by Bennett. 2-on-1 against Moore. Bennett is fouled by Moore.
Yep, that'll be Vivian's first, though. First this quarter.
Bennett at the line. First free throw is good. Her first point of the evening. She'll have a second. Makes that one as well. And a timeout called by Newton. Just a 30-second timeout, but we'll take a break with them. Be back. This is the Paris Sports Network.
Farm Credit Illinois is a proud supporter of the Paris Tigers athletes and the surrounding farm families. Farm Credit blocks appraisal costs and lender fees and defends our borrowing members with free repricings as the market allows. Farm Credit helps farmers score with annual cash patronage. Team up with a cooperative helping farm families succeed and let us help lead your agricultural business to victory. Best of luck, Tigers, this sporting season.
Four and a half minutes to play. The clock is currently rolling. Now it's stopped. 30 seconds roll off.
That was a 30-second timeout, maybe.
That's right.
Now they put it back to
Okay,
5:02.
Put it back on.
Okay. Somebody probably hit the wrong button.
Tigers inbound will face full court pressure from Newton. Young dribbles down the right side of the court. Before she gets across half court, she fires deep from Moreski, catches, dribbles into the lane, shoots up and over a defender, made it, and she'll head to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
A foul's on number 2. Bartholomew be her third.
24-14 after the free throw make by Moreski. 3 on the way up top for Cameron Martin, no good. Rebounded by Taylor Clark, had it ripped away. That is Karras and Martin who had it. Shot up from the lane, no good. Rebounded by the Tigers. Young across half court, dribbles to the right wing. Into the corner, Moore. Gives to Clark. Out top, Young. Moore. Here's Clark dribbling to the short corner. Jumper just short, rebounded by Moreski. Put back goes. (26-14). Bennett far side. Martin play catch. Bennett again. Here is Karras and Martin. Threw it away. Another timeout called by Newton. This one is a full timeout. We'll take it with him. Tigers lead by 12 on the Parasports Network.
Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home is dedicated to providing compassionate and individual attention to every family they serve, sincerely caring for your family's needs. Stewart and Carroll Funeral Home proudly supports Paris Tiger Athletics. For nearly 100 years, farmers have counted on FS to provide agriculture-related products and services. Call 465-1560 for fuels, lubricants, or propane for home and farm use. Located at the Paris Airport, Seed Solutions wants to wish the best to all Paris Tiger teams this season. Contact Chip or Bethany Keys at 251-0153.
(26-14) the score. Team's just about to break their huddles from this timeout. 3:57 left. It'll be Paris ball after the Newton turnover. Kaylee Young, Kylie Edwards, Taylor Clark, Gracie Watson, and Bella Moreski on the court for the Tigers. Here's the jumper from Clark. No good. Hit both sides of the rim. Yeah. Hopped out for Clark. Rebounded by Newton. Eagles into their offense. Martin walked with it. Didn't get called for it. She has it back. Up top, Bennett. Back to Martin. Bennett. Gives to Karras and Martin. Bounce pass along the baseline is caught by Naylor. Her shot was blocked by Watson. Here come the Tigers. Young dribbles to her right. Had Edwards there on the wing, went the other way. Then the pass was deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Paris. Edwards inbounds to Clark. Back to Young. Bounce pass to Watson. She'll dribble right. Use a Clark screen. Shot up no good. Too strong from Gracie Watson. Rebounded by Kessler of Newton. She gave it to Bennett. Crossed half court into the corner. Karras and Martin up top. Cameron Martin. Three on the way is good. Newton needed that. Gets him back within 9. Young picks up her dribble. Guarded by Bennett. Found Watson. Guarded by Martin. Uses a Moreski screen. Dribble handoff Young. Dribbles to the left. Screen set Moreski. Moreski rolls. Posts up down low. On Naylor. Caught it. Gave it to Clark. Whistle blows. Foul called on Newton.
Foul's going to be on 12. That's going to be Lily Kessler. That'll be her second. And it'll be the team's second this quarter.
Morgan Combs checks in for the Tigers. Excellent first half minutes from the freshman. Fellow freshman Kaylee Young dribbles at the midcourt logo. Karras and Martin extended her defense out onto Young, who got rid of it to the right wing, now has it back. Watson works the baseline. Long pass to Moreski. Low bounce pass finds Combs, who's unable to convert down low.
I like the play, though. I like the way they run it.
26-17. 1:37 to play third quarter. Here's Kessler working against Combs. Forced a shot up, and a foul is called.
I don't know if it's going to go against Combs or if it's going to go against Young. I'm thinking they gave it to Now they called it on Combs, I guess. That'll be Morgan's first. Team second this quarter.
Free throw from Kessler is good. Combs was straight up, going back and watching the replay on that one. Kessler, as we said, just forced the shot up through Combs. Got bailed out with the foul call and made both free throws. But that's life down in the post. As long as Combs keeps playing defense the way she has been all night, and Tigers will be just fine against Kessler. She only has 8 this evening. Newton would have needed a lot more production to come out of tonight with a victory. Watson into the lane and had to turn it over. Gave it to Kessler. Can't let her get warmed up, however. Bennett, short jumper, air ball. Weak side rebound, goes out of bounds. It'll be Paris ball. Freshman for Newton checking in, Grace Shoemaker. One minute to go, third quarter. Young across half court, crosses over on Bennett. Passes to Moraski. Up top, Edwards. Edwards dribbles right, gives to Combs. Kessler plays well off of Morgan. Gave to Watson, 40 seconds left. Watson guarded by the freshman, gets into the lane. Met by Kessler, and she is fouled. Maybe a make-up call on the other end as two Eagles reaching in.
I don't like that sound.
I think we're reconnected. It should pick back up here anytime on the live stream. 20 seconds left, 28-19, Tigers lead by 9. 3 on the way is no good. That was Bennett again, who followed the deflections down low, made the layup, 28-21. Young back the other way, 3 seconds left. Watson throws one up, no good. It goes out of bounds. We'll just let the clock run out. There's a second left, but we'll play on, and we'll head to the fourth quarter. Tigers lead just by 7 now. It's 28-21 here on the Paris Sports Network.
Cornerstone, more than 100 locations, they're committed to providing high-quality exterior building solutions that their customers and communities can count on. That's Cornerstone Building Brands in Paris.
Eight minutes left in this one.
Slide that down that way.
Tigers win. Tigers winning 28-21. It'll be Paris ball out of the break. And the scoreboard froze and even got kicked off of the stream there for a few seconds. But still here in Newton. Tigers lead by 7. More dribbles up top. Gave it to Combs. Clark cuts across the lane. Combs dribbled out top, picked it up, gave it to Young left side. Clark fires to Moore, who cut through the lane. She was unable to get her hands on it. Turnover. Back the other way comes Bennett of Newton, and she'll connect on the layup. It's 28-23. Newton back within 5. Been a long time since they've been this close. Tigers through their offense. Edwards up top. Clark on the roll, had great position, and she was found by Morgan Combs. Clark lays it in from the right block. 30-23. 1 minute gone by, fourth quarter. Pass to Kessler. Drives down the left side of the lane. Shot no good. Great defense again by Morgan Combs expecting the shot. Rebound went out of bounds. It'll stay with Newton.
Watson checks back in now. She got a little extra breather there.
Inbound pass stolen by Young. She saved it, went out of bounds then. Into the hands of Vivian Moore. Young across half court. Gives to Watson on the bounce pass. Watson down the left side of the lane. Kick out Edwards in the corner. Clark, now Young. Tigers will slow things down. And a turnover. Layup by Karras and Ben Martin is good. 30-25. Young had it poked loose and a foul called.
Foul's going to go against number 5, Bennett. That'll be Ellie's first, team's first this quarter.
Inbound pass from Watson. Finds Clark on the right wing. Taylor thought about stepping into a three.
Did. She really did.
Did not. Gave it to Young. Passes backwards to Moore. 6 minutes to play in Newton. Moore right wing into the lane. Puts a shot up. No good, but a foul called.
Foul's going to be on 23. That's going to be Cameron Martin. That'll be her first. Team's second this quarter.
Free throw from Vivian Moore is good.
Vivian's first point of the ball game.
Second from Moore, no good. Rebounded by Newton. Eagles back the other way. Martin along the baseline. Kick out jumper is good from Bennett. A two-pointer.
Only a 2 though, yeah.
But Newton is back within 4. Chipping away at this Tiger lead. 5.5 to play. Edwards, handoff Moore. Moore into the lane, finds Moreski. Shot up over Kessler is good off the glass. Coach Tingley pleads for a stop. Edwards waits for Bennett mid-court. Newton into the near corner. Moreski plays defense on Martin. Cameron Martin up top. Allie Herman has checked in for some pivotal minutes. She had it just for a second, the freshman did. Now has a look at a jumper. She knocked it down. (33-29). Edwards across half court. Guarded by Martin. Gets into the lane. Gave it to Clark. Watson sets a screen. The freshman now guarding Watson. Watson catches. Gets a step into the lane. Now dribbles back out to the wing. Coach Tingley calls for spacing. Watson with it. Maybe she's going to go one-on-one is what Coach Tingley wanted. She's at the free throw line. Eagles sent 3 defenders at her. Then they pulled back and a timeout called by Coach Tingley. He might draw something up for Gracie Watson here. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 33-29, a 4-point lead with 4:26 left in this one. Tigers with no fouls in the fourth quarter. Newton with 2. That's your game reset here in game number 1 of LIC play, and about all we could have asked for in game number 1, Lenny.
Didn't think it was going to be quite this close, though. We were up 19-10 at half, and Newton's been eking away at it ever since. So,
and surprised to me that I did not expect Newton to be able to get into 30s for scoring, but their output here in the second half has got them on pace to do just that. Watson will inbound. Watson looks, finds Clark. Herman is face guarding Watson, follows her to the far side on the wing. Young dribbles with it. Had a step on Bennett, but picks up her dribble. Gave it to Moore. Moore Dribbles against the defense of Martin. Into the corner, Young. Bennett closes out. Kaylee Young dribbles out to the volleyball line. And she will lose it out of bounds. No touch. It's Newton ball on the turnover. Bennett brings it up for Newton. Passes right side, Cameron Martin. Up top, Harrison Martin. Near side, Herman with it. Watson plays defense, but a few steps off. Bennett gets around Young. Shot up in the lane. Hard off the glass. Rebounded by Watson. Watson gave it to Young. 3:40 to play. Empty possessions for both teams. It remains a 4-point game. Young gets around Bennett to the block. Shot up. No good. And the rebound is pulled down by Newton's Cameron Martin. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers, though. Bennett holds at the midcourt stripe. Young picks her up there. Near side. Kessler catches well beyond the three-point line. Driving in, putting a shot up, no good, is Cameron Martin.
I think we got Herman maybe going over to the back. Yep, that'll be Allie's first. As she went over the back of Gracie Watson.
Full court pressure from Newton. Tigers look to break it. Long pass from Moore finds Young, back to Moore. Tigers into the front court. Young will hold. 3 minutes to play. Bennett out to guard Young, who gives to Moraski. Moraski, she could have stood there for a few more seconds at least before the Eagles picked her up as Kessler played off. Watson dribbles at the midcourt logo. Guarded by Herman. Watson to the wing. No count. Watson in the lane. Shot up off the glass. It's good. A quiet half for Gracie Watson standards. Just 4 points, but those last two give the Tigers a 6-point lead. Jumper from the elbow. No good. Rebound is deflected out of bounds by, they're going to come overrule it, by Gracie Watson.
Yeah, they're going to overrule that. Yeah. Clark and Young going to get a breather as Combs checks in and Kylie Edwards checks in.
Inbound pass goes to Herman, who dribbles once and picked it up. Gave it to Kessler. She'll fire a three left wing. No good. Rebounded by Watson. Edwards hits the deck. She's up and fine. No call. Watson gives to Edwards. 2:05 to play in this one. Edwards across half court. Bounce past Moreski. More cut back door. No look there. Moreski will drive in, and a foul call.
That's going to go against Kessler. That's going to be her fourth. And it'll be the team's fourth this quarter.
Tigers will inbound from under their own basket. Edwards looking. Gives to Moreski. Her pass was deflected, but finds its way to Kylie Edwards. It dribbles out top. Guarded by Bennett. Pass to Moreski, who has to get on the deck to retrieve it. Then a timeout called by Coach Tingley. 35-29. Tigers lead by 6. 1:45 left. It's a full timeout. We'll take one with them here on the Paris Sports Network.
The Paris Sports Network would like to give a big thank you to our affiliate sponsors for their support of Paris Tiger Athletics. The Mary Lupine family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Mark and Holly at Winans Farms, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Steve and Lynn Young. Family owned in Paris for 38 years, Savoya's Pizza is the place for real Italian food. Be sure to try their famous pizza nuggets and follow them on Facebook for their latest specials. Stop by 327 North Main Street for carryout or call 217-463-2500 for delivery.
(35-29). Tigers lead by 6. They will have the ball out of this timeout. be inbounding from in front of their own bench. Newton has 4 fouls in the quarter, so next foul will send the Tigers to the free throw line for 2 shots. Watson inbounds to Edwards. Out top, Tigers will set up their offense. Kaylee Young back into the game. She catches, holds, works against the defense of Bennett, gives to Kylie Edwards. Edwards dribbles out of trouble. Clark, now Young far side. 90 seconds left in this one. Young up top, Moraski. Kessler doesn't come out to meet Moraski. She passed right side, Watson. Watson dribbles out at the midcourt logo. Dribbles towards Edwards. She'll be double teamed now by Herman and Bennett. She'll drive baseline, gets a layup away, was hammered, didn't make it, but will head to the line for 2.
And that will be their 5th foul. Foul's going to be on number 30. That's going to be Allie Herman. That's going to be her 2nd. But like you said, Clay, this is their 5th, so we'll be shooting 2 the rest of the way this quarter.
Free throw good for Gracie Watson. Second is good as well. 37-29. Bennett will down jog it up for Newton. Picked up by Edwards. Pass the left side. Martin down low to Kessler, who is fouled.
Fouls on number 1. That's Vivian Moore. That'll be her 2nd. But it'll be the team's 1st this quarter.
Inbound pass finds Martin. Cameron Martin forces a shot up over Moreski's tough defense. No good. Rebounded by Moreski on the second chance opportunity, and she is fouled.
Fouls on 23. That'll be Cameron Martin. That'll be her 2nd. Bella will shoot a pair. First one's good. And the second one's good.
Moreski hits both, gives the Tigers a 10-point lead. 50 seconds to play. Bennett to the free throw line. Kick out Martin. Guarded by Moreski. Gets around Moreski. Shot up over the front of the rim off the glass for 2 is good. And a quick timeout called by Newton. 41.5 seconds left. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Tigers lead by 8. Any foul, as we've already mentioned, by Newton will send the Tigers to the free throw line for 2 shots. So we'll see how they elect to play this with 41 seconds left. Maybe full court pressure and hope the Tigers turn it over once they get across half court. Might elect to foul. All 5 Eagles are waiting in the Tiger backcourt, as they'll pick up and play man defense. Inbound pass finds Kaylee Young. Guarded by
she
Bennett.
picked up her dribble.
Found Watson after picking up her dribble. Guarded by Herman. Watson lobs to Young. Gets across half court. 30 seconds left. Guarded by Bennett. Fakes one way, goes the other. Picks up her dribble again. Has to find Watson, who is fouled on the far sideline.
That's going to be Allie Herman. That's going to be her 3rd.
Watson's first free throw is good. She's matched her point total from a season ago against this Newton squad. And a chance to extend this lead back out to 10 with her second. Got it. 41-31. 24.5 seconds left. Martin across half court and a foul call.
Kylie picks up her first, and it'll be the team's second.
Bennett to inbound, far sideline. Herman with it. Gave it to Martin. Finds Cameron Martin, and whistle blows. Another foul called.
Well, on Kylie again. That's her second, but it's the team's third, so still be ball out of bounds.
15.3. Kessler catches the inbound pass. Gave it to Bennett. Works around up top. Herman to Cameron Martin. Floater in the lane, no good. Got her own miss. A jump ball call.
It's going to stay with Newton now on the alternating possession.
7.6. Lob to Kessler. Tapped it out to Martin, whose jumper is no good. Rebounded by Clark and Kessler. Jump ball. Now it'll go to the Tigers. 3.4 seconds left. Inbound to Young. Newton will not foul, and the Tigers will start the LIC season off 1-0 after a 10-point win here in Newton. 41-31 the final score. We'll be back with the stats from this one and a post-game interview with Coach Dave Tingley after this Tiger win on the Paris Sports Network.
Located at the Paris Airport, Seed Solutions wants to wish the best to all Paris Tiger teams this season. Contact Chip or Bethany Keys at 251-0153. Make plans to attend Lake Ridge Christian Church this Sunday, either for their traditional service at 8 a.m. or their contemporary service at 10:30 a.m. There's something for everyone at Lake Ridge, from infants to the more seasoned generation. Visit their website at lakeridgechurch.org or find them on Facebook to watch their service each Sunday morning at 10:30.
At First Farmers, we are committed to the communities we serve. For us, joining a community means more than just opening shop. We want to see businesses thrive, generational farms succeed, and local families continue to put down roots and grow. Whether you're looking for a farm loan, managing a business, building a nest egg for a new home, or searching for the personal financial tools that will set you up for financial success, we've got you covered. At First Farmers Bank and Trust in Paris. The skating rink at Twin Lakes, formerly known as Twin Lakes Roller Rink, has been a popular establishment in Paris for over 60 years. New owners CJ and Mary Jo Becker are bringing new life to the skating rink with arcade games, a snack bar, TV hangout area for teens, and lots of roller skating. Stop by 1250 North Main Street in Paris on Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 10, with a fifth quarter on Friday nights until midnight, and on Sundays from 2 to 4. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming events.
Ingram's Waste Disposal offers residential and commercial trash pickup, commercial compactor service, roll-off service, and mini roll-off services. Call Scott, Kathy, Mary Jo, or Bethany at 465-3335. Ingram Waste Disposal, proudly serving Edgar and Clark counties since 1950. For nearly 100 years, farmers have counted on FS to provide agriculture-related products and services. Call 465-1560 for fuels, lubricants, or propane for home and farm use. Country Financial representatives Mark Gladding, Jim Blue, Katie Schopfmeyer, and Dan Phipps proudly support our student athletes. Give them a call at 465-8320 or stop by their office at 802 North Main Street in Paris. Stewart & Carroll Funeral Home is dedicated to providing compassionate and individual attention to every family they serve, sincerely caring for your family's needs. Stewart & Carroll Funeral Home proudly supports Paris Tiger Athletics. Make plans to attend Lake Ridge Christian Church this Sunday, either for their traditional service at 8 a.m. or their contemporary service at 10:30 a.m. There's something for everyone at Lake Ridge, from infants to the more seasoned generation. visit their website at lakeridgechurch.org or find them on Facebook to watch their service each Sunday morning at 10:30.
If you're looking for agricultural, business, or personal loans, Longview Bank and Trust has you covered. They can even help you with investment options and online banking. With locations in Paris, Crispin, Georgetown, and Marshall, they're always ready with the services you need. Look them up online at longviewbt.com.
Welcome to the post-game show, Paris Sports Network, here after a Tiger win, 41-31 over Newton. Before we have Coach Dave Teenley join us, I'll turn over to Lenny Irwin for the stats from that 10-point win.
All righty, Clay. For the Lady Eagles, they were 6 out of 8 from the charity stripe, 75%. They were 11 out of 34 from the two-point land for 32%. And they made 1 out of 8 for 13% from three-point range. I had them committing 9 turnovers in the contest, and they were over the 5-foul limit in that fourth and final quarter. They were led in scoring by Cameron Martin with 9, 8 points for Lily Kessler, 6 apiece for Ellie Bennett and for Carson Martin, and 2 points for Allie Herman. That totals are 31. For your victorious Lady Tigers, they were 11 out of 16 from the charity stripe, 69%. They were 9 out of 22 for 41% from two-point range, and they were 4 out of 10 from three-point land for 40%. I had us committing 11 turnovers in the contest, and fouls were not a problem tonight for the ladies, as we only had 3 in that final quarter. Our leading scorer, though, was Gracie Watson with 20. But then it drops off to Bella Moreski with 9, 7 for Taylor Clark, 4 points for Morgan Combs, and 1 point for Vivian Moore. That totals are 41. So Tigers once again victorious. So
Coach Tingley trying to find his way up here. This is one of those gyms where you can see everything, but it's a matter of how you get up there.
Yep. We're kind of like up here in it's called a press box,
yep,
which it's set up that way, but it's kind of tough to get to. You got to go up the stairs and around and back a balcony
and pick the right door. There's 4 doors that look all the same. And they finally labeled them now to where they say press box. Ours is closed right now, and had to get it unlocked before we came in here. So we'll see if Coach Henley picks the right one. The other one's a book closet right next door, so Lenny's going to go double check and make sure he can find his way in here. Appreciate everybody joining us. Still got a couple dozen hanging on with us. Coach Henley did find us. That new Wonka's movie coming out. That's what you kind of feel like picking up all these doors, right?
That's right.
You probably couldn't ask for a better LIC team to start off things with, right? Because this team, they've got good, solid guard play. They got a big girl that you know they're going to go to. They make you see something different with that zone look.
Oh, yeah.
You can never pull away from them tonight.
No.
Talk through that and those things that you were seeing.
Yeah. So I had came and scouted them and really liked their 1-2-2. That's what they've been playing for a long time now, and they're really good at it. And I'd watched them play teams like Robinson and Effingham, Altamont. Those are some good teams, and they had Robinson down early by like 15. They had Effingham down late in a game, early third quarter. So I knew what kind of team he had this year, and he has, and they got some good guard play. Kessler is a load to handle, especially for a team like us. I mean, she's got 3 inches on everybody out there. She's a lefty post, like she's college material for sure. She's done a heck of a job of developing herself. So we came into this game knowing, it was going to be a challenge for us on the road, conference game, young team, inexperienced. Name them all. But we really did a great job this week in practice of, breaking down really almost every aspect of the game that we thought we were going to get tonight, and almost every aspect of it played out. The only thing that didn't happen that I thought would is I've seen them play man before, but usually it's like late in the game, 2 minutes to go, and it's a close game, and they got to come out and guard because the team's slowing it down on them. It was twofold to the girls in the locker room. Twofold, like their zone. We had them down. Our defense was good enough to hold them down that we had a good enough lead. But they had to come out of it, and honestly, their man was solid too. I mean, they came at guard. Now they ended up fouling us, because they were pressuring us. But they do a really good job of defense, and so that's what made me, when I watched them on film and I watched them live, that I was impressed about was their defense and the way they played it. So I knew it was going to be a challenge, and we made them come out and play some man, and that kind of gave us a chance to be aggressive, going to the basket, and cutting to the basket, which then led to some fouls. Got us to the free throw line. We were able to extend that lead. Gracie Watson hits, some big threes, and that was really, against the zone. When you hit threes, makes a big difference in the way you can play the game. So I was really happy with the way it developed tonight and the final.
We've determined that Gracie likes playing against Newton.
Yeah.
Lenny made a comment very early in the game. Everybody was sort of hesitant to take those shots.
Yeah.
There was one, I think the first one that Gracie missed. You want her taking that shot, but it was one of those that if she hesitates at all, she's not going to get it off.
Yeah, right.
So that confidence was there on that shot and maybe starting with this game. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I liked our patience as a young team. I think the feel can be is like, oh, we got to score because there's no shot clock out there right now, and it's not like we're trying to stall, but against a zone, I mean, and we talked about it all week at practice. It's like, take the best thing that you can get. You don't have to go try to make something here. It's not like playing against a team that plays you man. You can kind of go and create, and you can draw defense and this and that, but we didn't want to put ourselves in a bad spot by taking quick shots because we knew what kind of rebounding team they were with Kessler. She gobbles them up down there. And so we wanted to take shots that put ourselves in the best position to transition defense. And I thought early on, we had some 45-second possessions probably, some that ended with a make and some that didn't, but they were still great possessions for us just because, they had to play defense so long, and we made them work for it. It kind of changes the game over time, not one possession at a time, but over time, them playing defense for 45, 35 seconds at a time, they don't get a chance to score. Plus, they're getting tired, running around playing defense. So I liked our patience with the young team tonight. I was really impressed about that, and it worked out for us.
I'm not going to let you leave without talking about Bella Moraski and Morgan Combs a little bit, because having those two interchangeable down low, they played awesome tonight. Brick walls. Yeah, they did a great job. We talked about all of them that played in that middle. And just everybody put a piece to the puzzle tonight together on defense. And again, when we go into practice and I get their attention and we learn and we talk about this is how it's going to develop, and then they're able to go in that spot and they see it happen. It just builds that confidence in them. And they were great tonight. Morgan came in and gave us some huge minutes in the first half, and then some spot minutes in the second half, and then some buckets around the basket. She played. I was a little upset with her and a little worried in the JV game because she played a little soft, and I hadn't seen that from her in the 5 games she's played up to this point. And I grabbed her right at starting lineup. I grabbed her and I said, "Listen, we need you. We need your toughness. We need you inside. We need your physicality." And she came out, went right in, and responded, which is, to get that from a freshman. To get that response and not be like, he's on, I was like, hey, this is what we need from you. And she gave it to me, so I was really happy about that. And I got to mention Kaylee Young tonight, too. That was one of the best games that she's played. Yep,
I know she had some turnovers up top that late, and I think that might overshadow some of the other stuff. But she was on the floor. We've been on her about, hustling, getting hustle plays, making good passes. And I thought she played a heck of a game tonight. She was all over the court, on the floor. She went in and got, I don't know how many rebounds she ended up with, but it was a lot for her. And she's been doing that for us. But to have a guard that can go in and rebound like that long and will chase down rebounds, that adds an element to our team. If we can get people boxed out and have our guards go rebound, it definitely adds an element to our team that we need. And our 2 freshmen that played in some big minutes tonight, and then had Kylie and Morgan off the bench were tremendous for us. So really, really proud of their effort.
Fun to watch, Coach.
Yep.
Congrats on the
Thank
win.
you.
Thanks
Appreciate
for joining us. Thanks, as always, Coach Chinley, for joining us here. We always make him just about the last orange and black shirt out of the gym, and that's the way he's going to be. Only 2 left are going to be Lenny and I after Dave makes his way out of the doors. But Always appreciate the time. 41-31 final score. Next broadcast will be potentially tomorrow evening, trying to work out some logistics. This is our chance to say that if you have any interest at all in being a part of our broadcast, including running the camera and talking with the headset on, it's pretty easy to do.
It's
Get a
not
hold,
too bad, yeah.
Get a hold of us, and we definitely have openings. And if you come to the games anyway, why not just sit up here and let the rest of the town watch with you? So we are working out some logistics. We could always use more help. This is our ask. If anybody out there wants to help out, or if you see the broadcast, let us know. But the boys are in action tomorrow night, same place, same time, against the Newton Eagles. Then on Saturday, they will be at home for the first time this year playing against Sullivan. That's a 1 o'clock JV start time, and the girls will be traveling to Sullivan. So that's the next time the girls will be playing on Saturday in Sullivan. The boys tomorrow night in Newton. And we'll try to bring you all those games. That's our plan, but we'll see how the weekend shakes out, Lenny.
I was to say, manpower is a little short, so not sure it's going to happen.
But as for this evening, thank you all for joining us. Thanks to all of our sponsors who allow us to bring you these games here on the Paris Sports Network. 41-31, the final score from Newton. Your Tigers are victorious. And for Lenny Irwin, I'm Clay Best, signing off here on the Paris Sports Network.
You've been listening to Paris Tiger Sports on the Paris Sports Network. Brought to you by First Farmers Bank and Trust, North American Lighting, Cornerstone Building Brands, Stewart & Carroll Funeral Home, Seed Solutions, Longview Bank and Trust, Moody Farms, Terry Elliston State Farm Insurance, Illini FS, Savoya's Pizza, the Edgar County Community Foundation, Country Financial, Lake Ridge Christian Church, Ingram Waste Disposal, the Skating Rink, and our affiliate sponsors, the Mary Lou Pine family, Paul and Kathy Porter, Mark and Holly at Winans Farms, Tom and Marnita Stuck, Jim and Kay Taylor, and Steve and Lynn Young.